Are you guys doing anything for April Fool's Day?
Staying off the internet. Not because of April Fool's jokes, just because it's a sad state of affairs of the world.
Oh man.
Has nothing to do with one of the most garbage quote unquote holidays ever conceived.
Dude, is there like a thing that you got by like every year?
Yeah, taxes
Oh.
mostly.
Yeah.
I think I mostly meant in terms of like April Fool's Day.
No, I actually miss old April Fool's Day stuff. Like, remember when brands used to like do fun little goofy little April Fool's Day stuff and they would like make crazy announcements? And now I feel like that's really gone away.
Yeah, like I own two April Fool's Day announcements that turned out to be real.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Wow.
both fucked up G Fuel flavors. It's the Sonic the Hedgehog chili dog flavor and the Naruto ramen flavor.
Oh my fucking god. What?
Jesus Christ.
Wait. Isn't G Fuel just like caffeinated protein powder?
Yeah, without the protein. So basically,
So with nothing nutritious in it.
it's like caffeinated powder mostly, and what those two flavors is caffeinated ramen packet powder. That's what it tastes like.
Yeah.
When you get down to it. So imagine,
And this is
like,
this is good for you.
No.
You like the broth.
In an unreleased video actually that we filmed at our former employer, I made ramen with the ramen flavor, and everyone who tried it threw up in our trash can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
Including me. So that tells you about how that tastes.
Yeah, you guys did Ayahuasca.
Yeah. I also think at some point I had to apologize on the company-wide Slack about the smell in the kitchen.
Yeah.
From the G Fuel or from the vomit?
From the cooking, because it smells the same coming up as it did going down. It smelled like vomit while it was cooking.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It also didn't help that I did I added like meat to it too, so one of the meats was soaked in the G Fuel as like a marinade, and then I cooked it on like a hot plate.
This is making my like heart hurt.
Yeah, and that was just for
getting,
funsies. We didn't even get to make
Chest
a video.
pains.
What the fuck? I don't. Okay, well, I didn't. That.
Oh, and also I got every year because somebody will tweet that they're finally gonna build a train line from Dallas to Austin to Houston, and I get my hopes up for a second that something good actually happened in this goddamn forsaken world, and then it gets taken away from me. And also that someone says that there's a second season of my anime that ended in 2018 that never got a second season, and I get got every year by the exact same two things.
Okay, so you bring up this brings up my least favorite thing about April Fools.
Yes.
Which is that people say April Fool's jokes.
Yes.
Lies are not
A
jokes.
lie is not a joke.
A lie is not a joke.
All right.
And it's not April Fool's pranks. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
April Fool's joke. Lie is not a joke. Just saying something that isn't true in order to get you to believe it is not a joke.
And I'm
That is
gullible.
a prank is a lie though. A prank is a lie.
Yes.
But a lie is
April
not a
Fool's
joke.
pranks. But where I'm saying that April Fool's Day is for pranks, not for jokes, and lies are pranks. A prank is a lie.
Yes,
like
then we
this.
need to relabel them April Fool's pranks because
Well,
No one's laughing
actually-
except the asshole that did it.
I'm just now realizing that I might have to redefine pranks because if impractical jokesters is to be
It's
believed,
just lies.
a prank is an Obama war room controlling a man through social situations, and that's
Yes.
a prank.
yes, it's Carl Havoc. There's too much fucking shit on me.
Yes. I feel like your guys' least favorite part about April Fools sounds to be that you be made a fool
Yes.
of, that you get fooled.
I don't understand why it's my fault that I take everyone at face value, and I'm wrong for that.
Well, so that's the thing. Is like I don't get got on April Fools because I wake up and I do my big two big fist balled up eye rub. I like stretch my arms and I go, April Fools, time to not believe anything I see today.
Yes, but I have Gen Z brain rot goldfish brain, and I can't remember things longer than 15 seconds when I'm scrolling on the phone. So if I see a thing that is ostensibly good, like, oh man, the headline we've all been waiting for, posts that are all gonna happen on that day.
Oh my
So
god.
fucking pissed.
And here's the thing.
Any of you bitches do
Everyone
it.
knows what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I have to
Yeah.
say it.
Everyone knows the headline we all want to read.
There's only three headlines because of what Chuck Schumer did. There's only three headlines that we all want to see right now.
Yeah, and the headline is whatever. I'm more waiting for the subtitle, which is, and it was one of his own trucks too.
Yeah, that absolutely.
I feel like
you know what? You notice something I could see on April Fool's Day, and actually, like, I would believe it. Biden considers running in 2028. I can see.
Funny.
No, that
me
makes
now,
sense.
Jack.
That old fucking piece of shit mummy. He would do something like that.
yeah,
I'd vote
yeah.
for him
Biden
again
considers walking today. I feel like I'm in the perfect middle ground between the two of you because, like Griff, I too have dumb fucking Gen Z brain where constantly I don't know what day it is, let alone what date it is. What date it is gone. That is, I will go an entire week
Yeah.
without knowing what day of the week it is, like what number day of the week it is, until I have to like fill something out.
I had to
That's it.
3D print a flip clock so that I could engage myself into knowing what day it is every day. I had
Nah,
to,
I don't need it.
engineer a fun thing to do. That
No,
was
I can
aesthetically
here's
pleasing.
I can go like there's like 5 different things that need the date from me, and it's like, what am I at the DMV? Boom, now I know. Great, it's the fucking 25th, and now I'll remember that for like 2 days, and then after that, who gives a fuck anymore? The number doesn't matter. But secondly, I, like Andrew, just never believe anything. I never believe anything anyone tells me. Every single day of my life, my partner looks me in the eye and says, I love you. And every time I go, this is a prank. This is a prank. I'm being pranked right now.
This is all an elaborate ruse. It's a multi-year ruse to like really get your goat.
I just thought of the worst prank I could possibly do. As you guys know, my side hustle is writing news articles, and just writing an article from the Bizarro world where he lost that just says something like first time. Just writing an article about like the $100,000 first time homeowner credit going into effect today.
Oh,
A thing that we all could have had. That's how I feel reading that. That is how I feel every time I get the rug pulled out from under me about the goddamn train.
right. Well, the problem is that the high-speed rail between Dallas and San Antonio and Houston has been a pipe dream since like the 80s.
Which is insane
Like that,
because there's so much nothing between all of those cities, but you always have to go between them for some dumb fucking reason.
Yeah.
and also that stretch of highway of 35 is the deadliest high stretch of highway in America, maybe the world.
Yeah, having driven on it, I can see that.
Yeah. No, truly,
it's-
it really is.
It's Mondo, have you ever driven to Houston or Dallas or through them?
No. Well, not driven, no.
So here's the thing. At one point, it's just 16 lanes wide, and then those 16 lanes break off into like 8 individual lanes, and then they just do like circles in and out of each other to, I don't know, make us all die easier. Like in Houston, they'll just do this fun thing. You're riding on like a 16-lane highway, and then it splits in half, but you didn't know it was going to split in half, and the half that you think it's going to go to doesn't go that way because it circles back around to let you out. So if you want to go left, you go right. If you want to go right, you go left. And then people are like, oh no, I went to go, oh, and now I'm crashing into 19 people.
This is like whenever I played Roller Coaster Tycoon and I had off to the side some other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The other shit where I
Yeah.
was like, this is too deadly for even the dumbest of the people visiting my park.
Yeah, it was a real mistake making the head of civic engineering and TxDOT in Texas the Cat in the Hat. We
Yeah.
really fucked up by making
Yeah, and not to mention his co-author, the Marquis de Sade.
right. Yes, exactly. Yeah, there's this stretch of highway on 35. There's a particular stretch between Waco and Dallas that is it stretches for like 5 miles. Because that stretch of highway is always under construction. But there's a stretch of like 5 miles where there is no shoulder and you have literally concrete walls on it. It is the Star Wars trench run.
Yeah.
Like when they're trying to blow up the fucking Death Star, it is just like concrete pylons on every side of you. So it's like, if you have an emergency, if there's a crash, there's
no way to get off.
Closed for business.
And also,
done.
it's like, I wish it was just that one stretch. There's one like right outside of Austin too, if you're heading south. It's like right outside. If you miss, like there's a bar I like to go to that's like a little south of Austin, and if I miss one exit, I'm stuck on that highway for an additional 5 miles. There is no way to get off. There's literally no way to get off.
About. Yeah.
Okay, a couple things. First of all, I finally understand what it's like for people to hear me talk when they're not from Los Angeles, because god damn, I don't know these places. Shut up. And then secondly, fuck you. Fuck your train. Train is stupid. Train is dumb. I don't want a train. I want more cars. I want bigger trucks. I want to be able to not breathe outside because I watch Blade Runner and that's the future I want. Also, I took a train like a couple weeks ago. I can't believe I'm pretty sure I didn't tell you guys about this. Did you guys know train robbery is still a thing?
What?
What?
Yeah.
I'm out here working for a living.
Yeah, you could just rob trains. I was on a train going from San Diego to Los Angeles around-ish the, like, I guess Orange County area. We hit a snag and our train was delayed for about 40 minutes where we were just parked there on the rails and I didn't know what was happening. And I asked somebody and they were like, oh, it's probably a robbery. And I went, what? Like they're on the train? Like
what kind of fucking yeehaw bullshit?
Yeah. I say I want to be a train robber, but I don't think I'm rootin' and or tootin' enough to
Also,
well,
it's a new world, Arthur.
I thought you said you spoke Spanish.
I said poquito.
Yeah, like one of the actors that was on the train ride attraction at Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park. You guys, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the ones in Stone Mountain that were just white teens and brown face. Sorry, red face.
Hold on. Wait.
I've told you guys about this.
No. What?
Oh, so there's a Confederate monument in Georgia called Stone Mountain that you go to as a child on many, many field trips when you're in like elementary and middle school. And one of the attractions that they used to have was a train ride around the Confederate Monument Mountain that's man-made that has Confederate generals carved to the side of it. And on the train ride, you get taken over by a group of like Indian robbers, by a bunch of Cherokee Indian robbers. And usually it's just like a bunch of white teens in red face and with the feathers and the
average Coachella outfit.
I think they changed it though.
Yeah, I fucking hope they did.
I think it's been changed since I last went on it in 2004.
You can make it so. First of all, just hire like 6 Mexicans at least if you're gonna put anyone in the makeup. Come on, you'll save a little bit of money. Secondly, no, that's not what I was talking about. At Knott's Berry Farm, an amusement park I've talked about many times on every show I've ever been on. They have a ride. They used to, I think they still do, that is just a train that goes around the like Wild West portion of the park. And at one point it was scripted that a gang of robbers had hopped on the train and were at like holding fake guns that looked very real, were just running up and down the aisles telling people to put their stuff in the bags. And I don't know that this is true or not, but it sounds very true. Apparently my uncle is banned from
a Torres being banned from an establishment? No.
for feeling a little pressed when he was being robbed at gunpoint.
Did he take the fake gun did he take the real fake gun from the teen and pistol whip him with it? Did your uncle pistol whip a teen?
I
Not
wish.
very far.
Look, I'm not privy to this, and also before we go blaming the Torres family, because this is an uncle by marriage.
Okay.
He's not one of mine. He is an uncle, and apparently, from what I can remember, it was just that he didn't realize that it was like a staged thing, and he got all up in the motherfucker's face. But it's like, bro, I've been on that train ride. They're dressed like cowboys.
It's not even a real train.
Well, yeah,
It's a
it
tram.
probably isn't a real train. It
No.
is, man.
Wow.
Oh,
How many buzzballs deep was your fucking uncle and not very far?
well, I haven't. No, what's happening is I haven't been there since I was a kid, and I was gonna defend the
It's
train
a real
and go.
train. You're like, oh.
No, it's a real train. It's got like a steam engine at the front, and they probably like shovel coal into it.
No.
And then I went through all. I did the thing where I took a memory through the adult brain algorithm.
In my head, you're
April
like,
Fools.
it's a real train. It's got a steam engine in the front and fully open roof and sides. And seats are so short that your knees are up to your chin. It's a real train.
Mondo's face is in his hands. He is weeping.
All right.
Let's start this fucking
Okay.
episode.
Sorry.
Before we do, I want to apologize. Having been fully pranked, I want to fucking kill myself. Oh no. Okay, let's go. Welcome everybody to the only relationship advice show guaranteed to ruin your relationship. It is boyfriend material.
What?
I am your very lied to, feeling self-conscious boyfriend, Armando Torres. And joining me as always, we have...
or do we have Andrew Rosas? Maybe this isn't him. Because again, lies are just jokes. Remember. Yeah.
And I'm your middle and or high school boyfriend who asks you out on April Fool's Day. Because then if you say no, I'm like, you thought I was really asking you out? April Fool's, you dumb bitch. And I go cry about it.
You stupid bitch. My cousin had my phone. He was texting you. Man, I wish I could still pull that shit out. I wish I
Right?
could. I wish I could be on Slack and send someone some dumb shit.
It's
Okay,
opposite day.
come on. That was my friend. He had my phone. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that wasn't my pitch. That was my friend's pitch. She stole my phone.
Sorry, you just conjured. I remembered my favorite sort of genre of April Fool, the most like normie ass genre of April Fool's posts, which is either a fake pregnancy post from two people who are like vehemently anti-kids,
Yeah.
or the
fucked
like
up.
she said yes, and it's just like a hand with a ring on it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like a great way for America's most boring couples to
thrill.
you know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Can you delete an Instagram draft?
Those are the kind of pranks where those are the kind of pranks from a relationship where the girl insists they share a Facebook
Oh
account.
my god. So you've been to my hometown.
Yeah.
Dude, my hometown, the things that like my hometown is like so like southern white that like the things that I find relatable on the internet are unfortunately things like the post of the dude who never left your hometown, and I'm just like, aw, Hunter.
It's crazy though, because that guy, like, I also know that guy, and it's like, damn, fucking Edgar, he got your ass, bro. It's crazy that the guy who never left your hometown transcends race and
It
culture.
really does. But they all do have one of three names: Hunter, Colt, Other weapons. Gunner, that's one. And these are all people. These are all the names of people that I actually knew.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh God, Georgia sucks.
They got their names for people on that fucking train.
Yeah.
They got their names for jobs for people at that fucking park.
When they were born, the Sorting Hat put them in the scumbag house.
Bro, I knew two dudes who were cousins that were both named Colt.
Oh, that reeks of like Grandpa Colt.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't their grandpa's name. It was just two, I don't know, siblings that named their kids the same thing out of spite.
Oh.
Who were all, oh my God, who were all 2 years apart from each other, 1 year apart from each other because it was my German class.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Whoa. Huh? You took a German class?
Oh yeah, I took German like people take Spanish, so I took German from like the 6th grade all the way through college.
Why
What
would
the
you?
fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah,
Why?
I was so advanced in German when I got to high school that by the time I was a junior, I had to make my own curriculum because they didn't have a course for me.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's as far as I go. So
Yeah. It's
fair
like,
enough.
anything you say after that, I'd be take your word for it.
Yeah. Oh wait, I got one for you. Der Juden?
Wait a second.
Oh.
That's what they taught me.
Okay, yeah. Well, you made the curriculum. You just said that.
It was mostly just watching Inglourious Basterds over and over again. That's actually not true. I made myself a very rigorous curriculum.
That tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is also very German of you to be strict and efficient with your time.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Sorry, we got to stop talking about Germans and trains, all right? We just got to
Oh no, those are my
you.
two favorite things.
No.
This is
Indirect restart the counter. Indirectly.
Oh, no. Mondo had the exact same reaction to learning that I know German to when you found out I played the violin my entire life.
Yeah, a thing that never ever once came up
When
in
would
the
it come
entirety
up?
that we've been we all three of us make music.
Yeah, I've been playing the violin since the 4th grade.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was first
Okay,
chair all
right?
through high school.
Okay, no,
sometimes
but it's not. It's
sometimes
not.
second because me and my friend would battle each other for first. Dude, there's some. This is the last thing I'll say about German. Let's. I learned it so young that there are certain English words that I think of in German first, like vocabulary wise, because like a vocab word that's like I learned in German first that I have to remember what it is in English sometimes. It's like 5 words. I don't know why.
Do you know what they are? Can we get an example?
Affordable is one.
Huh. Well, that's
I learned it in German first.
yeah. That actually tracks a lot.
To be fair, when I was learning, we were right in the middle of a recession,
Yeah.
so like it was coming up a lot. That's the main one. And then there's like random ones that like there's like a specific potato dish called like Kartoffeln, and I want to say the similar dish is like whenever they're like cut thin and creamy. What is that
Oh,
called?
gratin? Wait, what?
Yeah. It's like yes, that one.
Okay.
A gratin. So like I have to like grab the thing and then do it in German and then reverse translate it. It's just literally like 5 words.
That's really
Whoa.
fucking funny.
That's
And I can't and again I don't remember the words until I have to think of the word.
Man, you fucking did it the right way. I did it some dumb bullshit where in high school I had to take a language class, so I went, "Oh, I'll take Spanish." I mean, I basically kind of already speak Spanish. I'll be fine. And then I found out I don't fucking know Spanish. Did you know that "Órale pues" is not goodbye? Did you know that? I didn't. I thought it was informal goodbye. That's his pedo. I thought that was his problem. It's just like he's fucked.
Yeah.
No, that's like I remember. So I went to a gifted school that was also like in a very Latino area. So like half the school was a bunch of like black and white and Asian kids that were getting bussed in from other counties, and then the other half of the school was called the resident side, which was like all of the like mostly like Latino Hispanic kids. And they literally split the school down the middle and had us take classes on different sides. I know, except for the language labs, which were all on the resident side because they like had us all take the classes together. And I remember, one of the Hispanic kids was like dunking on other Hispanic kids who like were failing the Spanish class. And then one of my friends goes, I saw your English grades last week. It goes both ways. It's like, oh yeah, some of you motherfuckers fail English. That's exactly the same thing. I don't know what a participle is. I don't know how to diagram a sentence, and I barely know when to use an adverb. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm here to tell you that nothing I learned in Spanish class either A, stuck, or B, was useful, and all the Spanish that I know are horrible curse words and slurs that I've picked up.
Like the no mommy's way.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? The mommy's way? What is it?
Can we do...
what's
the mommy's way?
You told me to go to the fiesta and yell it, and that people would be happy.
I'm sorry. The title of this episode is going to be "No Mommy's Way."
Yeah,
spelled out English phonetically.
An actual thing that was texted to me by a friend once who says,
"I still don't know what it is." That's like one of my exes taught me what chisme was, and it changed my life.
Well, chisme is gossip, and everyone loves gossip, but there's no gossip like. There's no gossip like chisme though. It's like so fucking messy.
It's so good.
I mean, it's the uncut. I mean, chisme is the like Colombian.
It's pure fucking unadulterated bullshit.
Unstepped on bullshit. Yeah.
No.
I'm just gonna say there's like going to be like 6 people who hate Colombians in our audience that heard the joke that I just said, and they're gonna love it.
Okay.
It's the usted.
Okay. All right. It's fine. By the way, no mames way. No mames is basically like shut up.
Shut up, idiot.
Like,
That's what it, okay.
I guess it technically like no way, I guess. Like,
yeah, I mean, I've always heard you can also like, it also feels like something if you say like casually, like, oh, no mama's way. Like, it feels like something that's just like, oh yeah, no, cray, yeah, no kidding. Like, it's like, oh, it's really the like equivalent of like, yeah, that's wild. When someone's telling you a story that's like, it's like, oh, hey, by the way, I fucked my ex again. You'd be like, yeah, no mames way. You're like, yeah, of course you did. Yeah. Oh shit, that's wild.
It's like the best use case I've ever seen of it is that video where that white kid is talking into his phone and he's like, why don't we just take the car apart here and then reassemble it on the street? And he shows the translation to the Mexican guy who reads it and goes, no mames, way. Just like shut up. No fucking way. But here's a good one for you. If you ever go to like a Mexican restaurant, like an authentic one where they make like stuff from hand and it's like very authentic, you want to order it like the chef's way. Like, you know how in like French it's like a la mode or whatever, comes with like a side of ice cream or whatever. The way that you get it the chef's way at a Mexican restaurant, this is some fucking free game for you, is you ask it for it a la verga. And no.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Did you just remember a funny joke?
Like the mom from Modern Family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah, so when you go into a Mexican restaurant, Mondo's right. So you're gonna ask the waiter to bring you the a la verga way.
Sofia Vergara?
God, I never took Spanish. The only word I know in Spanish is ciudad, which I think means a city, which is the name of my 4th grade Spanish teacher, Miss Ciudad. I don't even know what Miss is in Spanish because we just called her Miss Ciudad.
Senora!
Senorita, Senorita, I don't know. I don't know Spanish.
Senora, Ciudad.
The next time you go into Torchy's, find the most authentic looking guy you can and tell him a la verga way, and then he will make the fuck out of some tacos. And here's the fucked up part. I genuinely think that actually would work.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, like it started as a joke, but honestly, I think if you said that to it might hook you the fuck up.
Whew. Are you guys ready to help out some other people?
Please.
Yeah, we're 40 minutes in. Let's do it.
Sorry. Dear boyfriends, I've been seeing the same girl now for about 3 months. We've gone on dates, she slept over a few times, and I even got invited to her birthday party. It's been great, but the other night, my friend was out and saw her eating dinner with another guy. I asked her about it, and she was upfront that it was a date. That hurt my feelings. I'm sorry that I'm laughing. I'm remembering a joke from earlier. That hurt my feelings, but I also never talked about being exclusive. I guess my question is it okay to ask how many other guys she's been seeing since we've been going out? Or should I just let that go and lock it down by asking her to be my GF? Am I wrong to be upset? What do I do here?
Great question, caller. And the answer is you don't want to know the answer.
Yeah.
Because that's information that'll just you don't need it.
Well, okay. I will say, first and foremost, that there is an argument to be made that if you two are having sex with each other and you want to be safe,
yes,
you should know sort of around how many other partners this person is sleeping with. If,
ding, ding, ding,
Just
ding,
for
correct.
self-preservation.
if
yeah.
your goal is to be having safe sex, if your goal is to find out how hurt you are, if you don't give a fuck, if you don't give a fuck about HPV, don't go down that road, homie. You do not want to know. There's no number. Here's the thing: one, hurt
There's
your
no
feelings.
number that's not gonna.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no number that you can hear that isn't April Fool's, that was my brother, or something that isn't gonna hurt your fucking feelings.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like this is a door that only leads to pain. So maybe don't open it.
Leave it shut. Not every door has hinges.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
this girl apparently has hinge. Folks, no, that I think, like, yes, Mondo is absolutely correct. To establish whether you should be keeping it wrapped up, which you should be anyway, unless
Yeah.
you've had an explicit discussion about, yes, the things that we've just discussed, and had a, like, frank, open, honest discussion about sexual health and testing and all that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't let you had a Frank Ocean discussion about it. Yep.
Yes, exactly. Then yeah, you should probably have like some kind of idea of what kind of stadium you're playing in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I'd be in there.
Like, is this like a ticketed event?
Yeah.
Or like,
Yeah, because I'd be in that shit and it feel like a stadium. You know what I'm saying, guys?
you going to that level where they serve the sochu?
I'm walking around the reserve seat and in the pussy, just like, let me get a green grape.
in the worst flavor. Okay, wait. How long have they been together or seeing each other?
Few months.
I believe it was 3 months. Yes.
And he's sure they're dating.
Well, they've been. He specifically uses the language, I've been seeing the same girl now for about 3 months. We've gone on dates. She slept over a few times, which I assume
Means some fucking.
means they're fucking. I assume because dear caller, if you emailed us to say that you had a sleepover, she thinks you're gay. All right. So I'm gonna.
I think you're safe. This is gonna go back. Not to bring up old answers, but we gotta start being more direct as a people.
Correct.
Because she might just think it's like a casual thing. She might not think it's like dating. She might think it's like a friends plus situation.
Ooh.
Friends plus situation. Okay.
Yeah.
This brings up there's been some exigent developments in the lives of friends and coworkers and close people that mirrors this situation somewhat similarly. Well, just in terms of like, please, for the love of everyone's sanity on either side of a romantic endeavor,
Entanglement.
entanglement, please be very clear about what your intentions are, because recently let's call him scumbag,
Andrew, let's call him what he is. Benjamin.
was seeing a friend, and it started out as this kind of it started out in sort of the friends with benefits scenario. There was some like flirting, there was some talking, there was like getting along great, which then progressed to sleeping together before an actual date.
With another person?
No, with each other, like with each other before an actual date. When it was just like,
that's bad.
When it was in the hanging phase of like, hey, why don't you come over and we'll like watch a movie? Wink. Which isn't a date. That's like that's very friends with benefits.
That's a bang hang.
It's a bang hang, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
To which then
Wait, is bang hang one of those German words that you know but have to translate into situationship in English?
I'm banging hanging.
I'm banging hanging.
Yeah.
No, that would be ein Freundenfrick.
Ein Freundenfrick, yes.
Yeah.
So anyhow, let's see if I can make this story as like short as possible. Basically, the friend asked this boy to say, hey, by the way, I can't be I don't want to be like a fuck buddy. Like, I either want to date intentionally or not do this anymore, which is like totally fine. Cause like if you go in with the eyes open, like, hey, listen, friends with benefits, fuck buddy situation, friends with benefits, fuck buddy situation can totally work for some people if that's what everybody signs up for. But this friend set down a boundary and was like, I don't want that. I want to date intentionally. Even if it's casual, I want to, it's still intentional. I want to go out on dates with the possibility of seeing if this could become a thing. If not, it will just be casual dating, but that's how, basically asking for someone else to like be intentional and take responsibility for their actions.
Yeah.
This person then this boy decided to try to absolve themselves of any responsibility and say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like lead you on. I didn't mean to like, make this out to be anything more than it was.
Dude, he brought out I just got out of a really bad relationship and I don't know what I'm looking for right now.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Dog.
Not only is it a personal problem, it's a fucking hack premise at this point, dog.
It super is, because shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I'm sorry. All of humanity is getting out of some type of terrible relationship right now.
Also, when has there ever been a good time in the past, I don't know, 900 years?
Exactly.
Right, exactly, truly. Not since 1 AD when they killed the only good person who's ever lived.
His name was John, and he was an awesome guy.
Yeah, and he... No, yeah, it's basically wanted to do this boy decided to do the I just got out of this really hard thing, and you didn't want a friends with benefits situation, and then now you don't want a dating situation. What the fuck were you after? Like, tell me what you actually wanted, which was clearly in this case to just basically have like girlfriend benefits and to fuck, but never have to do any kind of emotional labor or take any kind of responsibility or like have any actual investment in the whole thing, which is pretty scummy. What's that now? What's that, buddy?
You telling me that there's a possibility that I could have all the good parts about dating and never have to help put on a duvet cover? That sounds pretty good.
Counterpoint, you'll never have someone help you put on a duvet cover.
If I'm not fucking dating somebody, I don't need a duvet, all right? I yearn for the days of scumbaggery. I fucking miss having 2 sheets and both of them are on my bed all the time.
Bro, I bought my girlfriend a new duvet cover, and it has bought me upwards of 3 months of Goodwill.
Yeah.
Look, the power of the duvet cover, it is goated. It is undefeatable. Nothing will ever. I feel like here's the thing. I don't care how much of a scumbag you are. The way that your life will improve vis-a-vis duvet cover, I feel like is a step that you should all invest in.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I feel like a woman will look over many moral character flaws if you have a duvet cover, and this is gonna sound insane, a non-clear bottle of soap in the bathroom.
Yes. Well, look, we've gone through this many, many times. There are items that you can buy that are essentially deer piss
replacements.
Deer piss for dating, where you can put it on yourself and you won't scare away the prey. If you're
Jesus, can we let's not be calling women prey. How about that? How about we not make that analogy?
championship
Are you
bucks.
a stag trying to get a doe out there?
Yeah.
I did not realize when I opened my mouth that there are connotations to the words that I was choosing.
Right.
We're so pure that we forgot that monsters exist.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not.
Mondo is so wrapped up in the euphoria of creating a metaphor that he forgot that that not scumbags, but literal piece of shit humans exist.
Yeah,
We were lollygagging so much that we forgot that there's degenerates that are actual out there.
yeah. Because here's the thing: even my level of scumbaggery is different. Where it's just like I feel like a piece of shit because I have to have my partner's birthday saved in my phone's calendar. I have to do that because I have to have it for everyone, you two included. I don't know either of your fucking birthdays. My phone does.
I don't know my family's birthday.
Same.
Dude. Like it's fun.
Yeah.
It's in my phone. If my Google Calendar lies to me, I'm so
No.
Yeah.
If my Google Calendar starts telling me that my mom's birthday is during the month of America, I'm just not gonna know when that is anymore.
Yeah.
That's a Gulf of America reference.
Yeah.
Google can eat my dick and balls.
Yeah, and then I find out that people do shit like, hey, I just got out of a really rough relationship, and even though we've basically been dating, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a shit move.
It
dude.
was.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's a very shit move.
I will give, I mean, Jesus Christ, this is just blanket advice for most things in relationships. And that's, and here's the thing, I don't want to say it because that ruins the premise of the show. It's that this is really
giving good advice.
This is really the advice to solve most relationship problems.
Regardless,
as hard as it is to have conversations that are difficult for you, you want to be able, within reason, in healthy ways, you want to be able to communicate the way that you communicate with your partner. And if they are not receptive to your open, honest, and again, healthy and within reason styles of communication, of saying like, this hurt my feelings for this reason. I know that you didn't mean to hurt my feelings, but I think that we should be dating. And if you don't want to take that forward, then I think that we should cut this off, or whatever the problem may be.
Sure.
That if they will either A, be receptive to it, and that's great because that means they could be a fit for you romantically, or B, they won't like the way that you communicate, and guess what? You don't have to date each other. And you don't want to be translating the whole time that you're in a fucking relationship, trying to take what your wants and needs are and put them into a way that this person can understand. Again, within reason. You guys know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying, and that's very sage. That's actually good and sage advice. And again, like, that's the end of the podcast, everybody. No, no, you're absolutely right. And also, I would say something, caller, is like, I think we've said this a few times on the podcast, but there is always the element of like, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Mm-hmm. Like you have to be able, because there is nothing, God in heaven. Listen, I am 10 years older than the other people in this podcast, but let me tell you, something that never gets easier is holding on to relationship anxiety. When I say relationship anxiety, I just mean like dating anxiety.
Yeah.
Just like having something that you're like, that really bothers me, but I don't want to, but I'm kind of trying to like change who I am so that I don't scare this person away. That will eat you from the inside out. You will never feel comfortable in your own skin. You will never, and what's the best case scenario? You're just going to keep doing that till like till you look over to the bed next to you, and your wife, who you were never honest with, passes away, and then you can be like, finally, the trick is complete. The prestige. Yeah,
Yeah, I turn over to my dying wife and I go, remember how you said tangerines were cringe? I fucking love cuties. And then you fucking pass. Yeah, that sucks. I will also say, well, two things. First of all, 12 years older. Secondly,
Jesus.
You didn't have to tell it like it is.
You
didn't have to
let it right.
You didn't have to tell it like it is.
You can't say the wrong thing to the right person.
First of all, you're a sixth grader older than me. Second of all,
Second of all, and more seriously, an actual, I'd also say that, like, on the flip side of the warning that you don't want to do that, fucking Christ. Is it so good to be known? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, it is equally as scary as it is relieving to be known.
To be known by a person, for no, oh god, it's one, terrifying, two, completely enlightening.
Horrifying.
There is no wall of bit between me and my partner.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But also fortunately, but the unfortunately comes out first
Every
every
time.
time. Like oh my god, Mondo, like when I told you about the tiny messes thing,
Yeah.
it's literally that. Like where it's like if you don't have to hide what you if you find someone who you're like this thing that I will never be lovable because of, and they're just like, oh, that's like not a big deal at all. How are you gonna know that unless you let them know what the thing is?
Yeah. No, you're absolutely, like, truly one of the most uniquely human experiences is both the most freeing and the most terrifying, which is to have someone see you for exactly who you are. And it comes with the anxiety, again, of being perceived, of being known, and I want to say, like, religious, like, transcendence of not having to mask, to hide. Yes, to be able to communicate your wants, needs, thoughts, and feelings to another human being who, like, looks at you and loves you and doesn't judge you for those things is one of the most unbelievable experiences human beings can have.
You're gonna deprive yourself
Yeah,
of
come
that?
on. What are you gonna be, fucking lonely, you piece of shit?
Or worse.
What are you gonna be, like, fucking 23 years old and look in the mirror one day and you've been doing stand-up comedy for 6 years and you think, God, nobody knows me. No one actually knows me, and I don't know if I even know myself, and I feel so alone. I feel so alone all the time. Every moment inside, I feel like crying and I don't know why. And then you let that tear yourself up and go through like a mental break? You fucking idiot, gay.
And you, like, throw up outside your car from stress outside of a Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
You know.
And sometimes
Please in the shower.
yeah, but I aim for the drain. Or you in the thing in the
In the hypothetical.
that never happened to anybody. That'd be sad.
So caller, so caller, I guess what we're trying to say here is,
I also want to say really quick, I think I like your odds because you specifically mentioned that you were invited to the birthday party.
yes,
So, like, you're clearly, if not the only runner in the race, you're clearly the front runner. And this is the first.
Yeah, you're the bottom bitch.
Yeah, exactly. And this is just the first time you looked behind you, if that makes sense. So fucking nut up, go out there and be seen, dude.
yeah.
My girlfriend and I, both in our late 20s, have been together for almost 4 years. She's West African, and I am as pasty white and ginger as they come. Because of this visual combo, folks have been making jokey comments about when are you gonna have kids and how they'd look, our children, how they'd look as black ginger babies, etc. They've been doing this since year one. However, it's a well-known fact that we have no plans and definitely no immediate plans for kids, and that I got a vasectomy early in our relationship. This information has not stopped the routine jokes with social side-eye from folks at all. And by folks, I mean immediate friends, family, coworker, people on the street, pretty much everyone. I know it's 90% fun and jokes and they mean well, but it can get exhausting and annoying. What's either the best way, or at least the most amusing way, for us to respond to these comments without overreacting and coming off like assholes?
I'm sorry, caller, you need to get new friends, coworkers, strangers. You need to complete
family.
New family. This is so inappropriate that I'm, like, kind of rageful on your behalf. Like, it is no one's fucking business what your these weird, like, eugenics jokes that these people are talking about, like race science and, like, race, because it's like, one, children, other people's plans for children are none of their fucking business, and two, using that as the way in to make a lighthearted comments about, like, the different, like, you and your partners, like, different races is so crass. It is so tasteless.
That's so weird.
And I would be going out of my way not only to not make them feel comfortable with their tasteless crass jokes, I would be probably turning into the skid and trying to make them feel really bad for making those jokes.
All right, first and foremost, before we go any further, I think good middle ground. Whenever somebody asks you this, when are you two gonna finally have kids? You get really serious and you lean in and you go, dog, I've been trying. Load after load after load after load after load after load after load. I'm dry.
I call her Maytag. I'm dropping so many loads in her.
God.
I'm puffing dust, brother, and I cannot get it going. What am I doing? And then at this point, you're grabbing them by the lapels and you're bringing them really close. What do I do? What do I do?
Yeah, in that same vein, I think it would be a good investment to get your partner acting lessons so that she can learn how to cry a single like Lupita Nyong'o tear.
Yeah.
As you comfort them,
Like whenever. Yeah, as you comfort her, but like violently comfort her because it comes up so many times and you just feel with so much passion.
Yeah, you really need to. Your partner needs to be able to. Your partner needs to be able to do that like single tear / sharp inhale breath that like braces against like a wall of it. Just braces against like
Yes. And again. Immediately two big
drops as they grip the granite countertop and look down and just like have to turn away for a second and like busy themselves with something so they don't break down.
yes.
Yeah, I don't know if your partner knows how to make their entire body go rigid and cold, but that would be like a very good thing to learn. I feel like if you do this good like 6-8 times, you'll be like no one will ever ask you again. Or oh my god, you could go worse. Again, she's gonna have to learn how to cry.
There's no scenario in here where she doesn't have to learn how to cry.
There's no scenario
Correct.
where she doesn't learn how to cry, or she doesn't learn how to put down whatever she has in her hand tersely and leave the room, and then you learn to lean into the person that you're talking to and go, we actually lost another one a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. You make them feel like lower than dog shit. Yes.
Yeah, they walk out of the room. You just sort of lean against the nearest thing of furniture, sigh, and go, you got anything to drink?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh man. Yeah, you really here's what we're asking of you. Build a story Bible for your fucking lore.
Yeah.
dude.
Whatever you as a couple think is the funniest bit for you guys to do upon people with no remorse whatsoever, lean the fuck into that, because A, it will make your relationship and bond a lot stronger.
Yes. Oh my god.
And B, it's just a fun time to get people who are, being kind of shitty.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you straight up, as a former theater kid, people who are learning how to act, they fuck like crazy, dude. So doing this together is actually going to bring you closer.
Yeah, you guys are you're gonna have a showmance in your own relationship.
Showmance. God damn it. Yeah, this is the best of both worlds. You get to humiliate and shame these pieces of shit that are in your family and coworker group, and also you guys are just going to be like knocking incredible boots. These back walls are getting blown out.
I know you've got a vasectomy. You're going to be fucking so much she get pregnant.
Yeah. It's good. Your sperm is going to untie that tube in there. That vas deferens is going back to express.
Like a reverse cherry stem, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I feel so bad for you because, like, I mean, yeah, it's exactly like Andrew and Griff were saying earlier, that it's like, I am huge. I'm huge. I'm a huge man. I'm so big that the other day I went to the vape store, that place where you get the thing that slowly kills you. And the guy at the vape store was like, damn, man, you work out? And it was like, no, I'm very clearly no.
No, I'm just made of Midwestern stock.
They fucked up. They delivered the package weird. And yeah, this has been my whole life. I've talked about it on I don't know how many shows, that the first time that my middle school history teacher, who was the high school football coach, the first day I walked into his class, he looked at me like I was a piece of meat, to be clay to be molded.
Fucking Birdman hands at you.
Clay to be molded into the next Blind Side. And I've always been this big, and now I'm dating my partner, who I would say probably second string college basketball player size.
Your partner is definitely in like the 99th percentile for sure.
My partner is, to be clear, is 6 feet tall.
Yeah. Which
most people are not.
Regardless of gender, most people are.
And so whenever people see us together, they kind of ask about it a little bit. And then my favorite line is to just go, "Oh, it would destroy them. I almost killed my mother coming out. We cannot go through that again."
Yeah. You've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark? Seen the beginning 10 minutes?
Yeah.
You know that boulder? They got same thing.
No, haven't seen it. Have you seen the end of the Star Wars prequels? It's like that.
Mondo's partner would have to get a CDE section to deliver his paper.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
That's just a good quality street joke right there. That's just
it's pretty solid.
It's one of those things where, like, now if you guys were gung ho about making a Blind Side, that'd be one thing. But like, it's like that time I was I was at Waffle House with Iffy after we worked out one time, and when we were leaving, this old black man stopped me, and he was like, "Is that your husband over there?" And I was like, "Oh God, no, that's my friend." And he kind of waves him over, and he says he literally goes like, "You play football, boy?"
Whoa!
And he's like, "Nah." Sorry, let me do my Iffy. No.
I don't play football.
I'm a writer. And the guy, the look of like, the only way I could describe it was like, if I was one of the engineers who physically built the Challenger, watching it explode live on television was the closest look of expression that I can think of that man saw when he learned that our buff boy of a friend, Iffy, didn't play sports, and not only didn't play sports, was a comedy writer and stand-up
I have
comedian.
gotten that look so many fucking times. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's the look of like it's the look of like one of the people at the auction at Get Out who didn't win. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they look at you like people must have looked at Judas.
Yes.
Like, because like you are spitting in the Lord's face. This is, well, I mean, it's you, Griff, with no gag reflex. This is you're spitting in God.
No one's supposed to know that.
You're swallowing in God's face.
I don't. It's You guys ever see those posts of like black people doing like pretty good in life, and they're like, "I am my ancestors' greatest dream." Iffy is his ancestors' greatest nightmare. in that man, that was that man's thought. He was like, "This is my ancestors' greatest nightmare." The boy does comedy, and it was I shit you not, like basically 5 minutes of two strangers trying to convince Iffy to make a midlife career change.
But then he gets to hit him with the Uno reverse card and say, "But I have 2 white girlfriends." And then they're like, "I'm back! I'm back!
Baby.
You did it!"
High-fiving a million angels. Back to being your ancestors' greatest dream.
Dude, that's so, I feel really bad because you go back like 2 generations and we're like, the Torres clan are like roving nomadic farm laborers and for no money sleeping like 20 people in a house. And then you flash forward 2 generations and I'm just like, man, can I afford to rush ship these dicky pants that I'm going to do editing in?
I'm going to do no labor in. Dude, every
You know what? I
Every,
can. Apple
every
Pay.
time-
Boom.
Apple Pay, yeah.
you guys all know I live near like a blue
Oh,
collar
yeah.
place. And every time when it was cold, I was wearing my RT jacket that
The
they gave us, the
anniversary
cargo
one?
one,
Yeah.
the anniversary jacket. And every time I went outside in it, I felt one of two things. I felt either A, like the feeling of looking at at a chihuahua and being like, you used to be wolves, or like the B of taking that same chihuahua to a shelter and being like, you could be in there. Think about the life you live.
Man, there's so like there's one thing that I think is really funny, and I understand the hypocrisy of me saying this as somebody who does no actual physical labor and wears a lot of workwear. And before you get mad at me, that's what they make for big guys. All right, I'm sorry.
That is true. That is true. It do be fitting right.
It's not your fact that you're John
Yes,
Deere maxing.
exactly.
It's
I
genetic.
can fit into really cool workwear, or I can look like Adam Sandler, and those are the clothes they make for big guys, and that's it. Those are the only two options that I
Bro.
have. So
Yeah.
Forgot
What?
to tell you guys. I saw the. Don't take this the wrong way. I saw the straight versions of you guys outside the taco shop that we like.
what?
I am the straight version of myself.
No. You're heterosexual.
No, you're like I see what you're saying, but you're like what we used to call
Yeah.
metrosexual, which was just clean.
Yeah. Clean. When I say you're written by a woman. You're not straight. You're heterosexual.
Okay, copy.
It's not you are you are a man who is attracted to women only. You are not a straight man.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw the straight versions of you guys outside of our taco truck that we like, and it sent me into such a fucking tizzy that I was like, I wish I was a worse person so I could have shown you guys. It's like that Scooby-Doo movie when they meet themselves, but they're wearing like they're slightly like color swap.
Sure, yeah.
It was like Shaggy in a red shirt, Velma in a yellow skirt. It was kind of like
Right.
that.
Sorry.
It was
It's just wild that that's the comparison you went to, and not second player also playing as that fighter in Street Fighter or something, like the famous one.
Right. Yeah.
it was, dude. It was so insane because they looked uncannily like you guys, but were just like sloppy, and I was just like. I felt like I woke up in the wrong universe and I was seeing a past in which like you both are still here but unkempt.
You
was
met
so
Trent.
weird.
Wait, what was straight Andrew doing? Also, what would straight Andrew be about?
Straight Andrew was wearing basketball shorts and like Osiris sneakers with no socks and like
Yeah.
and like a white t-shirt that's not meant to be worn as a t-shirt but is an actual undershirt. And Straight Armando, you're not gonna like this. Straight Armando had a patchy beard and he had like the Viking haircut
Yeah.
where it's like super long ponytail
Yeah.
top knot.
But
like it was and they were just like it was so weird, and I was like, oh no, do they have a me? But I don't think straight guys would have a me.
no, we wouldn't be as accepting. We speaking of not being a piece of shit enough to take a picture of somebody's doppelganger that you see out in public, not 5 minutes ago, friend of the show Lindsay Washburn just texted me this picture and said, when did you start working at this Texas Roadhouse?
Holy fucking
Is that
shit!
not you?
Fuck you guys.
I thought that was a picture of you at an
Fuck
RTV.
you
Me
guys
too.
both. Fuck both of you guys. Damn.
Are you fucking
That's what I look like. I'm gonna kill myself.
Mondo, there's upwards of 6 pictures on your own Instagram that are literally that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. That sucks.
That's okay. My favorite thing to do now that Iffy's hair has grown is comment, I look great in this picture.
Ah, that's very
his
good.
posts.
That's very good.
So I guess what we're really trying to say is like, lie, do a prank, and that's funny. Funny how it's flipped around now that when we tell you to lie to strangers about your girlfriend's inability to have a baby, I guess, then it's suddenly funny, Andrew, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm team lie. Team create a whole fabrication. Sorry. Yeah, I'm 100% behind
Team
this.
prank.
Team prank.
Yeah.
It's April Fool's
Team
for crying out loud.
Yeah, prank everyone that is weird about you guys having kids.
And then, like both of you said, it has the added benefit if anyone gets really upset about it, you don't have to talk to them anymore. And there you go.
You're getting two things, two for the price of one. You're also getting a socially culling of the herd.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I hope that information helps. And if it did, and you want to pay it forward, or I guess backwards to the people that just helped you, if you want to pay us for helping, you can go to patreon.com/midnightsnacktv.
The worst business in the world. We give you the product. And we're just like, but if you want to pay for it,
WinRAR, dude. We're uncompressing all your zip files, and then every 2 days being like, "Can you please give us money,
please?"
Yeah, we're donationware at this point.
Yeah. Welcome to the Wikipedia podcast. Please give us your money, please.
Oh God, I started giving them my money actually after I heard Elon.
Dude, I give Wikipedia $15 every year, and apparently I'm in the top 0.1% of people who donate to Wikipedia. That's fucked up.
That's fucked up. I give $5 a month because I'm like, I spend more. I have not currently, obviously. I have spent more than that on like smut and events. So like $5 to keep, I don't know, information free for everybody. And not just deleted by whoever is deciding to be the richest person in the world at the time.
God.
Jesus.
Well, yeah, and if you want to help us become the richest people in the world at any given time, you can go to patreon.com/midnightsnacktv, or you can go to www.bigolcocksanddicks.com. We sure do make it easy for you to find us and the stuff that we do. And hey, if you are a Patreon member or considering becoming a Patreon member, we are about to release the first episode pretty soon. We're going to need some time to edit, but the first episode of our new Patreon series called The Down Bad Files.
Yeah, dispatches from the front.
Oof. We can't use this, but All's Quiet on the Western is the alt title that we have.
I'll beep that out, and it'll be
and it still won't be funny. But you know what? It's funny to me, and I'm communicating the right way with you guys. So go check that out. It's going to be fun. And if you have more down bad files to send us, you can send it to our email or a regular question. If you want your advice for free, you can send us an email to midnightsnackcontact@gmail.com. If you want to find me, I'm on social media at Mondo Does Stuff, MANDO Does Stuff, all one word. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, all that stuff. I just got back from Kansas City at this point. I'm assuming some of you dorks went to that show, so I'm glad that I got to meet you. And if none of you show up, I'm gonna be really fucking sad about it, because I will be replaying this moment the entire time that I'm there. I got another I'm going to another film festival in Austin, Texas on April, I believe, 26th, 27th, and 28th, maybe also the 29th. And you should come out. I worked on a bunch of films with a bunch of really cool people, and it's going to be a blast, and you're going to want to see them. So, yep, that's me. Andrew, what do you got going on?
Folks, follow me on Instagram at andrewrosas.ig. Best place to find me and the things that I'm working on, and my little creative outlet for paintings, music, and what have yous. Also, I wanted some clarity on the Down Bad Files, what that is. And the reason you're going to want to subscribe and be a bonus supporter is because we are collecting a series. We're doing a series basically on things people have done when they are down horrendous. The like that
Yeah.
because people do crazy things for lust, love, and like. And we are collecting those stories of people just doing the most down bad things we can possibly imagine. And we're telling their stories. We're telling those stories, and maybe even stories of our own where we have done incredibly down bad shit, which I'm very, very, very excited about talking about. But anyway, so yeah, stay tuned for that bonus episode. Very excited about it. Griff, what do you got?
Just the usual. If you want to find me online, I am _indoor kid on all platforms that allow an underscore, and if it doesn't, just take it out. And I also have some more comments.
Ooh.
I had a really good time reading those last week. First comment being from the Quacks again. So happy that I made the comment cut. Been listening to you guys since the RTP days. Just been a big lurker. Also, the silicone practice arms are for tattoo apprentices to practice on. Then they shove it up their ass.
2 in the ink, 1 in the stink.
A bunch of people telling me that I shouldn't have had apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, and I think I remember seeing something like, if someone says to drink apple cider vinegar, they are scamming you. Like, that is like the first sure sign of a scam.
Trev Crick asked, anyone else see Andrews for Men commercial?
Oh yeah, the one I wrote.
What?
Oh fuck yeah! No, Mondo's advertising agency did a series of like a Just for Men, like a series of like little sketch advertisements, and I was in them.
Yeah, I wrote advertisements for Just for Men, and Andrew was my muse.
That's crazy. I don't remember Andrew having a completely jet black slick back hair or beard at any point.
No,
so I had no idea.
It's a good company with good money that pays me.
A lot of people replying to me saying that the best thing you can do to support the podcast is to, of course, just put it in front of people, tell your friends about it, tell them about it, laugh to yourself while someone else is in the room, and when they go, what? Just start playing the podcast out loud, things like that. I plug this Simon Miyashita says, I plug this podcast by describing it as the anti-Joe Rogan experience, which, thank you. That you're
Huge
too kind.
compliment.
Danica is expressing genuine and broad, deep concern for the tummies of the boyfriends.
Yes.
And of course, James Roman's comment, Armando is just ethnic Joe Rogan.
Okay, all right. Well,
Wow. Okay. Come on.
first of all, I don't wear a mask, and secondly, I only eat meat that I killed myself and I store in my freezer. So, would Joe Rogan do any of that? Yeah.
Griff says 9/11 at exactly 9 minutes and 11 seconds.
Whoa. Yeah, we planned that
That's
one.
true.
Speaking of 9/11, the best way to get people to listen to it is sort of to be like a marketing terrorist. What you're going to do is get 15 phones together, load the newest episode of Boyfriend Material, and throw them into playing as loud as possible, tape them to a JBL speaker, and then throw them into a crowded room. Hold on. Wait a second. Processing. Don't do that. And that call to action was definitely satire.
In Minecraft. Do that in Minecraft.
Get up. Start playing fucking games with the voice chat left open and leave your mic next to the show just playing. Cool.
Not a bad idea, honestly.
I might try it myself.
Yeah.
So until then, we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Mwah.
Bye. GG's.